Hey guys, I'm Lokin. I'm the solo developer of Hospital 666 and School 666. This game tells the story of my past and nightmares. Thank you for coming and let's enjoy the anomalies in School 666. Thank you. I will also put a lot of information to the subtitles, including the information of anomalies or the boss fight strategies, so please turn on the subtitle. I will start VTubing on July 12th. My debut will be a very interesting game making show. Welcome to watch.
In the slums of the city where the sun don't shine, lives are hard, dreams fade with time. Injustice reigns, poverty's the crime. In the shadows of the rich, we're left behind. Broken streets, homes falling apart. In the heart of the city, where do we start? Kids playing dirt, hope in their eyes. In a world so cold, filled with lies. Empty pockets, stomachs growl. Life's a struggle, the pain is foul. Working hard, still can't break free. In the land of dreams was the equality. In the slums of the city where the sun don't shine, lives are hard, dreams fade with time. Injustice reigns, poverty's the crime. In the shadows of the rich, we're left behind. Politicians talk, but nothing's done. Promises made, but we see none. Factories close, jobs disappear, leaving families in constant fear. Crime rises, it's a means to survive. In the battle of life, just trying to stay alive. Education's a dream, too far to reach. In the school of hard knocks, that's all we teach. In the land of plenty, why do we starve? While the wealthy feast, we bear the scars. Voices unheard, cries in the night, fighting for justice. It's a relentless fight.
What? Who am I? Why am I here? Someone left me a message? What are those rules? And this number shows where I am? Okay, that's the green I mentioned on the board. Huh? It changed? I think it's right here. Go. That was one. That was an anomaly. Maybe I can use the crown. There must be an anomaly here. I have to find it.
Do you think they will be that easy?
だるまさんが転んだ。だるまさんが転んだ。遊ぼうぜ。だるまさんが転んだ。転んだ。
Sit down. 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 Sit down.
Are you looking for me? Do you know who I am? I'm the Pins and the Four in the Harmony. I'm the Sin and the Fear and the Darkness. I'm the creator of worlds, source of all horror and joy, and the...
and a VTuber who make games. So please follow my channel and debut stream. Thank you.
Otherwise, you die here. No more games, no Baptist nothing.
Why are you looking at me?
Stop it. Get some help.
In the heart of the night with the neon lights glowing. It's the heart of the night with the neon lights flash. Gangsta roll deep and the cash flow fast. Ladies dressed to kill with the high.
No, you're not done yet. Wake up.
Never gonna give.
Never gonna let.
Never gonna run around and destroy you.
difference whether you're here or not. Difference whether you're here or not.
だるまさんが転んだじゃないよ。だるまさんが転んだ。だるまさんが転んだ。だるまさんが転んだじゃないよ。だるまさんが転んだ。だるなんでだっけ。あ、だるまさんが転んだ。まさんが転んだ。だるまさんが転んだ。だるなんでだっけ。 걸었다.
Three, two, one. Hee hee.
が転んだじゃないよ。だるまさんが転んだ。だるまさんが転んだ。だるまさんが転んだ。だるまさんが転んだ。だるまさんが転んだ。だるまさんが転んだ。だるまさんが転んだ。じゃないよ。だるまさんが転んだ。
around you.
Mégis beszélnek, mopszák, beszélt nem öpszkelt. Genau. Ich sehe, pass auf, was ich nicht überhaupt möchte. Hat die nach gar noch nicht mehr wieder.
I finally awake? Yes.
Funny, what?
Tôi thành công出翻嚟啦！ Hey guys, I'm Loki, the solo developer of this game. Thanks to everyone who played this game. Because of your support, I can make interesting game for a living. So thank you very much for playing this game or even watching others play it. If you are interested in how I make this game, go check out my YouTube or Twitch. I will see you in my next game. See ya!
勝利の文字刻もダメ戦士は道の道目指し進む叶えたい夢実力や知名度勝者の栄光手に入れたい頂点に立つ我が道貫く何事にも動じないでエゴも勝っても負けても進むワンウェイ頂点へ緊張しても決してぶれずに挑戦I'm a berserker ハッパーの敵はみんなクリア人生はまるでエレベーターでも行く目を捨てた
Dolumasan ka kolonda. Good. 今日天氣真係好，難得整完隻 game 可以休息下。What the hell? Hey guys, thanks for watching my game. I will start VTubing on July 12th. My debut will be a very interesting game making show. Welcome to watch. Thank you.